Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am here at the Remember Me Rose Garden, which is right next to the Flight 93 National Memorial. I just did a full video on that, so make sure you check out that video. And this beautiful, tranquil site is dedicated to, again, those people that gave the ultimate sacrifice. And I have a beautiful lady here with me. Her and her husband have been running this. They started in 2009. Mary Alice, here's this beautiful woman right here. And instead of me trying to give you all the facts, I'm going to have Mary Alice tell you all about it.
Welcome to the Remember Me Rose Garden, Flight 93. My name is Mary Alice Mankmeyer, and we are very grateful for the park that we have here, that the families of Flight 93 were very generous in donating this property for our rose garden in 2009 as a place of healing and remembrance for anybody who wants to come. And it's very quiet and it's a very peaceful place. And the only thing that they asked is that we show them that the families had donated the property, and that's what this rock is that says that they had donated it. And of course we always fly the Flight 93 flag and the American flag. It's about 13 acres, and if you look back behind me, we're finally able to clear the property, and it is a compass back there. My husband and I were volunteer ambassadors at Flight 93 for 16 years, and the one thing that we kept hearing from pilots and stewardesses is that they needed to see something from 20 or 30,000 feet that would point them to the crash site, because so they had to be able to see it from the air. So out of all of the rocks that were left here, my husband, Clay Mankmeyer, built this compass. And in the center of the compass is 40 feet, and it has their names on stone engraved on it. And then the north, south, east, and west points are all 93 feet long after Flight 93. And then if you look back further, there is a cross. That cross was the very first thing that was left at Flight 93 when the families first came to look down over the crash site by the Somerset Christian Missionary Alliance Church. And when the National Park Service came in, they were concerned if they put it back up again that they might get sued. So they graciously gave it to us. And that is also 40 feet. And if you look to the right, there's another one. It's called the Kavod Garden. And if you heard of the Tree of Life shooting at the synagogue in Pittsburgh, they were up last fall and wanted to know could they put a garden in. And that's 40 feet as well. And that is called Kavod. In Hebrew means highly honored. And there was a Boy Scout who came up from Pittsburgh, and he wanted to do something to earn his Eagle Scout badge. His name was Ryan Sink. And he was able to raise enough money that he bought 15 teakwood benches throughout the entire park here that you can walk and sit. And he was a Boy Scout that sold the most popcorn of any Boy Scout in the world for 3 years in a row, and he raised $25,006. He always said, and $6. And there's a half-a-mile walking trail. And Brian has since died of a brain tumor, so we've graciously named the trail after Ryan. It's called Ryan's Trail. It's open all the time. Even if no one is here to talk to you, you're free to come and walk. In the spring, we have over 3,000 daffodil and hyacinth bulbs that bloom. They usually start blooming in the first part of April. And then to fill in the garden, Certified Rose Company from Texas heard that we needed roses, and so they sent us up 250 Julie Andrews roses named after the actress Julie Andrews. And they are around the center point and also the cross. And we have many other kind of roses, but we have a total of about 600 roses. There's about 3,000 perennials. And Certified Rose also sent 50 rosebud trees that we have here. So we're trying to make it a 3-season rose garden. And we just ask that you would come, and if you're looking for a place of quiet, of peace, and just especially if you've gone down to the park and you've seen all the violence that happened here, that here's a good place to walk and take it in and just let your emotions down and have just peace in your heart. So welcome. We welcome you to the garden.
is a truly magical place, a gem that I did not know existed until I was driving by it. A must-see complement to the Flight 93 National Memorial. Come and just take in this beauty. Take off your shoes, take off your socks, like I did. Feel the grass between your toes. There's peace and tranquility here, which is ironic because this arose from the ashes of evil and terror. These are truly healing gardens, and a reminder that peace is not necessarily a dream. It can be a reality if we come together as one for the greater good and say, let's roll. You know, I'm just going to say it. If you come out here to southern Pennsylvania, you got to do all three things. You got to do the Flight 93 National Memorial, obviously. You got to come here to the Remember Me Gardens. And then you got to go to the post 9/11 military spot where they have the over 7,000 flags for all of the military personnel that have given the ultimate sacrifice in the war against terror. Just take the day. Don't try to rush through it. Take a me day, a day to reflect. We need those days sometime. It boggles my mind that Mary Alice and her husband founded this place and started growing it in 2009, and 2025 it has absolutely flourished. This is their baby. You know, their dedication and their hard work, sweat, I'm sure a lot of tears gone into this tranquil and peaceful place. Doesn't matter what religion you are, whether you're Christian, Buddhist, Jewish, whatever. This is a place of peace. This is a place of mourning and a place of reflection. Reflection on the past, on the present, and what we're going to do in the future. If you're someone that has mobility issues, they got you covered. There is a cart that they will drive you around the grounds. All of it is complimentary. Of course, donations are welcome. Volunteers, they really need volunteers to keep this going. But what a gem. Alice, I want to say thank you so much. I walked the entire grounds, and this place is truly magical. What you and your husband have done here, it really touched my heart.
Thank you.
Very, very healing, and as I'm telling everyone, if they're in the area, this is definitely a must-do to take the time to come here and to reflect inwards, think about the past, think about our present, and of course about the future, so acts of terror and evil don't continue to happen. So what you guys have done here is absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome, and thank you to all the volunteers. It's an all-volunteer garden. We're a 501c3 not-for-profit, so we exist on donations and people who can come here and find healing. That's what it's all about. We have the Julie Andrews roses here. These are some of them here, and they start out this beautiful little rose, and it just opens up. This one is the finest. My husband was able to name that after police officers. They're known as the finest. And this is Patriot Dream. It's a beautiful Patriot orange rose. And there's many other roses. We have about 600 roses here. There's about 3,000 perennials. And we have 50 rosebud trees. And we have, in the spring, about 3,000 hyacinth and daffodil bulbs. So it's a three-season garden. And if no one is here, please come. Just please come and enjoy the peace and the walk and enjoy it. We hope you come.
Thank you so much. Where can people donate?
You can go to Remember Me Rose Garden, or you can mail it to this post office box, or we have a QR code here. And we just appreciate any donation we can get to continue this and make sure that we have a place of peace and rest for people who would like to have that.
Folks, that's going to do it from the Remember Me Gardens here right next to the Flight 93 National Memorial. This was quite a treat. I've actually been here for over an hour talking to Mary Alice and her amazing husband. They breed them different out here in southern Pennsylvania. I'll just say that. What an amazing couple. And one thing I wanted to add, you know, in the actual memorial, they have a lot of artifacts and wreckage of the debris. But you can't really take pictures of it. You can't touch it. It's all behind glass. As you saw, there is an area here where there is debris from the crash site that you can touch. And that is actually debris that her husband picked up from his own hands on that Tuesday morning, September 11th, 2001. He was there and he got that degree and got permission from the coroner to bring that back and to display it here. That is just wow. This whole day has been just wow. I hope you have found this heartwarming and as heartbreaking as I have. This has been an amazing day for me, quite an emotional day for me. And if you like this sort of content, and it's all not doom and gloom, most of my stuff is really happy stuff, adventure stuff and Disney and all that good stuff, but every now and then we need to come back and reflect, because we don't want stuff like this to happen again. So if you do me a huge favor, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and say a prayer. Close your eyes and think, what could we do? What would we be like if we actually had a society where we listened to each other instead of fought each other, and were open and had dialogue where violence was not an option? Think about the society that we could live in, that our children could grow up and live in. I'll leave you with that. Take care of yourselves. And most importantly, please, take care of each other. Peace.